Hi, it's me, Creative Katie Karen Burchill. Welcome to my channel, Mixed Media Creations. Follow me on all my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WordPress, and Pinterest. Just search for Creative Katie and you're sure to find me. If you wish to support my channel, you can shop through my Amazon influencer links or make a direct donation through my PayPal link. Both can be found in the description box below. Thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button, click on the bell, and select the option to be notified as soon as I upload a new video. You won't miss any that way. Today we have a quote journal tutorial. Welcome back for another quick fire quote journal session. So what you're looking at here are the last 2 pages that I did in the introductory to the quickfire quote journal. And what we're using here is our repurposed, upscaled, upcycled old Happy Planner. This was the Happy Planner I used last year, and I did some gel printing on the pages. I've gessoed some pages, and they're in various stages of completeness. And what that's going to allow me to do is to do some quick art journal pages on here. So for this first few weeks, however many that is, I have chosen to do the theme of change. So all my quotes are about change, and I've had those, and I'm just kind of auditioning. I pulled out a bunch of pictures, flowers and butterflies and odds and ends, my magazines in my big blue bin, and I'm just going to audition to see what. Now, if I was doing something on spring, kind of love the crocuses. They're blooming here. I bought ones that said they were purple. They're all white, so I'm not happy. You know, I'm not sure. This has stenciled on using the Crafters Workshop cookie stencil. In fact, they came out with cookie stencils, and that is one of them. And I did have it right here. I had put that on during a session, an art journaling session. I was using that for in a different project, and I had left over. So what I want to do here is, I don't want to keep this in a block form. So before I make a decision on here, and I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife. I don't like fussy cutting. So this is my preferred way of doing fussy cutting, with the X-Acto knife on my cutting mat here. I just find it's faster and it's just more suited to me. So if you struggle with the fussy cutting, you may want to try this as a quick substitute. I really like how these colors work on that page, but lots of times in the magazine you've got background in there, and you know, sometimes you can paint it out, gesso it out. But here I'm just going to attempt to cut it out and round off some of the edges so that it looks more like what I want. I kind of really really like that. I don't know. And then I have my sentiments all here that are partially cut up. And you can alter the picture. You can take out parts, you can cut it smaller. There. This page caught my eye. We've got a little bit of purple, not a whole lot here. You can see some print on there, a little bit more than what I would like. So I'm going to add some layers to this. And I've grabbed my dotted rings, the smaller version of this, and I have a few other stencils. I also I have these, which the crocuses I think go really well. Whether the two ideas are going to jive together, I don't know yet. Sometimes you just have to start. So I'm just going to grab some paint and come back, and I'm thinking I'm just going to, because it's a small surface, I'm going to stick to one stencil, but I am going to grab the purple paint. I'm going to grab some white, maybe some black, I don't know. We'll be back and see. So I'm using deep violet here, and I know I'm going to use white. I don't know what else. I may want to put some metallic in there. And this is just a lid from a fast food tray and some deli paper in there, and it makes a lovely, lovely, lovely palette. So I'm going to start, and when you're stenciling, as always, I get so many questions about this. Get the paint on and get it into the sponge, and less is more. Now, I'm not going to do it all over. Just want bits and pieces here and there. And right now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to add some Prussian blue to this mix. It's somehow, as soon as I started putting paint on here, it called to me. So it's a quick, easy trick, and I've talked about how using the same stencil in many ways works. And I'm just going to grab the Prussian blue because it is calling my name. Actually, this one's phthalo turquoise. It's close to it. But it's in that teal zone. So the quick fire, like this quick fire journal, is kind of a great place to play, experiment, try out those stencils. I'm liking how that color works in here. I'm not sure that my focal point now is going to work, but you know what? That's okay. As I said, we want to play with our stencils, experiment, have fun. And there is, there is no right and wrong, other than just not doing it. We need sometimes using a recycled book like we're using here helps people free up the creative process. Now I want to come back with some white. And when you're doing one of the quick fires, you may in fact discover something that you really like, a combination, a color combination that you can use in a more planned piece. So you can see how, you know, the print that was there is still there if you really, really look, but it's putting pushed back. And you know what, that still kind of goes. We have kind of a whimsical background here. Because it's all about the layering. Now I'm coming in with some of the same colors that I used initially, and I might go on top of a white one. I think I might have smudged that. Oh, nope, I escaped problem. Just going to edge while I have this, and I'm stopping to think a little bit, but I'm I have an appointment here, so this is the perfect time for a quick fire because I don't have a lot of time, but that's most of us, right? Sometimes you don't have, I don't have time to do a huge canvas. I need to. I have some obligations with my art. But I find when a want to create art becomes a have to create art to sell, sometimes the creative part of me balks at that. It did get a little busy. I'm going to take a picture of this and see if it's too busy, but I'm thinking, you know, just putting a simple, one of my change quotes. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. I have Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. I love that saying. I'm going to do some snapping of pictures, maybe cut up these sentiments a little bit, and I'll be back. Just FYI, these I just take and I spray my Murphy's oil soap on them and set them on the palette, and then they're really easy to clean. So I'm playing with this, and instead of leaving it as a block, because I wanted to see a little more of the color, I cut it into that, and I had this one, and I was sort of arranging it like a staircase so that you kind of get that look and your eyes kind of go down the page. Now, this one's bothering me. So one of the things with the sentiments, you can do a combination. I'm thinking if I fussy cut this, and I get these ideas by looking at the purchase stamps, how they have them overlaid and moved and different arrangements. And if I like something, I try to duplicate it in my way. So I'm just basically fussy cutting this, because my plan is I'm going to overlay it on top of here somehow. And this I'm going to make the same size. All these pieces are not the same size, and for the most part I just kind of eyeball it what I like. Okay, I'm liking what I see. I like this composition now. I think I may just cut a little more of this white out. And I didn't clean these. I told you what I was going to do, but I thought, okay, maybe I'm going to edge. I've forgotten them numerous times, and you can still get the paint out. If it dries, you can try, or you can cut it off and usually get a couple good uses out of it anyways. So I love this teal and this deep violet together. I think it just, those colors sing. The introduction of the teal, the turquoise or phthalo blue really works as well. It ties in with the background, so. And the white, I find when you introduce white or black, it helps to give the impression of this layering that we want so badly with when we do our art journaling and mixed media. I was thinking in my head that I could take the stencil and do some modeling paste through it, but on the small surface, that would be too much. And number one thing, you know, when you're starting out, and even when you're not, edit, edit, edit. Sometimes, a lot of times, less is more. You know, and I'm liking that totally. I think it's going to make a nice inspirational page. So, just grab my matte medium here. These sentiments are just printed off on regular copy paper. I would, you know, I need to go and look and get a little better paper. Just because they do collage so much better if it's a little heavier weight paper. This picture, as I found it and I, you know, was flipping through the page, I really liked it on this background color. So I just put a little bit of painter's tape on it and just tacked it onto the page. So I remembered that, hey, I think this is a good combination. And again, so today when I grabbed my journal, it was easy. It was like, oh yeah, we're halfway there. We already have this. And the matte medium is going to take off the shine from the magazine that I've used here. And we're going to give this a dry. And there you have it. One quick fire quote page. Loving the colors, very springy. I need to go buy some crocuses that color. Bye for now. I have some leftover paint and I'm just grabbing another stencil. I want to see how this stencil goes. So I'm just going to put on this one. And I found another page that had, oops, a little too wet. Loving this stencil. In there. Got some white paint. Now let's just use this random dots. This is one of their cookie stencils. Ah, that's very cute. It's like adding splatters, but a little more controlled. So you see, just in the process of, you know, cleaning up, I'm halfway done, you know, doing another page here. Kind of livened it up a little bit. And And so there we have it, one page done, and the next page, you know, we've added a lot of interest to it, and it's ready for whatever comes next for it. Bye for now.